hear that word and you think red cards, am I right? Lightning bolt, lava spike, fireball.
Fireball!
But what if I told you, you don't need red cards to burn someone out? That's right. Today we're diving into the nonsense of Simic Burn. Blue and green don't usually deal damage directly, but if you know where to look, you can sling spells, punish people for playing their cards, and hit life totals in ways that'll leave your opponents wondering, what just happened? This is not a meme. This is not a joke. This is Simic Burn. Let's start our conversation today about the most important part of any commander deck, the commander. Tatyova, Benthic Druid. Now, before you all start lighting your torches and raising your pitchforks, I know it's the most boring Simic commander, the most used Simic commander that I've seen. It's just Tatyova, Benthic Druid. Now, the important part of this card, let me point these things out to you, is one little thing on the bottom of the card. It says, gain 1 life. When you play a land, you gain 1 life. Now in Simic colors, that's not a very normal thing. It also draws you a card, yes. So it's an engine by itself. You will draw your cards, but the important thing is you will gain that life. Because the strategy of this deck is everyone will die, even me, so that 1 little life might matter in the end. And when it comes to Simic commanders, our option basically is Tatyova. We have, let me check the old notes here. Three, count 'em, 3 Simic commanders that can gain life. We have Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. It basically does the same thing as Tatyova. It will gain you 3 life and draw a card, but it's not as good as a pace as what Tatyova is allowing you to do. Tatyova, every time you play a land, you will draw that card and gain a life. Uro, you have to cast it, then escape it, then attack with it. Yes, he's big, he does his thing, so you could play him as the commander in this deck if you would like. He is an alternative option. He works. He's slightly cheaper as well, but you need those cards to escape him and actually utilize him properly. And your other option, like I said, it's the Goose Mother. This is also the same thing as Uro and Tatyova, except the Goose Mother draws you 1 card when it attacks, and you have to sacrifice your food, so it can gain life. It can get big. The Goose Mother itself, if you have enough mana, can act as a finisher. It can do that. But of the 3 options that we have, Tatyova is clearly the winner here. But I will not hold you back. You can build this deck however you would like. Aside from the commander, the next most important category of card in this deck is the category known as Everyone Dies. If Simic has a real win condition, this is it right here. These are the cards that prove this deck isn't just cute nonsense, it actually will kill the table. There are only 3 cards in this category, but they do a ridiculous amount of work in this deck. First up, let's look at Hurricane. So for anyone who hasn't seen this card in a while, Hurricane deals X damage to each creature with flying and each player. The last part is the important one, each player. This is green's version of Fireball that everyone kind of forgets about, and it doesn't really care who you are. You, me, everyone. The judge will probably die in the hurricane as well, because we're in Simic, we like to ramp. So suddenly, your X can be 8, it can be 10, it can be 12, and that's just lethal damage sometimes. The next card is Squall Line, which is basically Hurricane's slightly meaner brother. This one deals X damage to each creature with flying and each player, and the best part, it's an instant. That means you can just hold up your mana, let everyone think they're safe, let the table tap out, and then you just end the game whenever you feel like it. This is the card that lets you look at the guy that just passed the turn and say, hey buddy, that was a cool turn and all, but on your end step, we're all dead. And finally, the weirdest, and maybe my favorite, is Borrowing the East Wind. 2 green, and X, it deals X damage to each player and each creature with horsemanship, which really doesn't matter. All of the horsemanship, I know, all of the horsemanship creatures, I hear you cry, I hear your screams and cries. It's a problem in Commander, I know. Stay in that corner over there, Sun Quan. I see you right there, you people that play Sun Quan. Get out of here, you goofballs.
Oh, no, not I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I've got all my life.
Our next category, I will survive. There is one obvious problem with our deck, whose main win condition is literally killing everybody, including ourselves. So if we're casting like a Borrowing the East Wind for 50, that is also hitting us for 50. We need to make sure that we are also not going to die in that blast. So the importance of our commander with gaining life, now we see that, yes. Even 1, 2, or 3 life sometimes will matter when it comes to dealing X damage to everyone. Cards like Stream of Life, for example, are very important. Normally, it's a very bad card, but just pay X, gain X life, not that bad in a deck where we're literally trying to blow everybody up. In this deck, it is perfect. And because we are Simic and we can ramp massive amounts of mana, Stream of Life becomes a way to bank our life so we can survive our own burn spells. Think of it, if everyone on the table is going to take 10 damage, but I gain 12 life beforehand, I am going to be the one left standing. Some other examples, something like Joyous Respite. Gain 1 life for each land you control. Normally, that's really bad. In this deck, it's not so bad. Respite, this one is also very good because it prevents combat damage. It's a fog, and I also gain 1 life for each attacking creature. So this card right here is doing exactly what we want in this deck. And cards like Fruition can scale as the game goes on. So gaining 1 life for each forest me and or my opponents have in play can sometimes add up a lot. So we're not gaining life to win through a combat grind or to grind out the game in any way. We're gaining life so we can pull the pin on our grenade and not die when that grenade goes off in. We want to live. I want to live, man.
What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive! I'm alive!
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 1 blue mana, 2 colorless mana, 1 power, 1 toughness, it's Tim time!
And now we come to one of my favorite parts of this deck, personally. It's Tim time, baby.
There are some who call me Tim.
So Simic isn't just about dealing big burn damage all in one go. We can also add up damage over time in small quantities. This category is called They Call Him Tim, named after cards like Prodigal Sorcerer, who's been around for quite a long time. I actually think the card is older than me, holy crap. The card is old. A blue creature that taps to deal 1 damage to any target, and yes, any target includes players. These cards will not win the game on their own. You're not tapping a Prodigal Sorcerer thinking, yeah, this is it right here. This is lethal damage. Maybe sometimes, but not normally. But what they do is quietly chip away at life totals while the game goes on. 1 damage here, 1 damage there, and that matters more than it sounds. And hey, sometimes they can remove important creatures like mana dorks and commanders, things like that, because they can also hit creatures. I'm not going to list everything and talk about every card here, but I will give you some examples and then I will show the rest of the cards. So cards like Thornwood Fairies, it's basically just Tim cost an extra blue mana. Rootwater Hunter, it's just Tim. Also, there are effects such as Hermetic Study. It's an aura that turns a creature into Tim. And there's many cards like this. I will put the rest on screen here. These cards matter during the game because every point of damage early can add up. And eventually, when we do reach one of our finishers, such as Hurricane, we won't have to pay as much mana. If your opponent is at 30 life instead of 40 life, suddenly Hurricane is cheaper, and that's a lot of mana that you don't have to spend into your Hurricane. Now the next category, Slow Burn, is death by 1,000 small cuts, just like Tim was doing. This category fills in more space between our big finishers. These cards aren't going to be very flashy, they're not going to end the game on the spot, but they will constantly be pushing life totals downward so you can play your big spells. Cards like this include Mind Bomb, dealing 3 damage to each player including yourself, but 3 damage for 1 blue mana is pretty insane. Cards like Soul Barrier deal damage to players when they try to cast creatures, and our deck is not normally going to be very creature heavy, but you design the deck as you like. Cards like Primal Order will punish players for having too many non-basic lands, and cards like Stormseeker punish players for having too many cards in their hand. There are many cards in this category, some are far better than others. I will just show all of them here. There are a lot to cover, and I'm not going to read every single one for you. I will put them here on screen. The rest of this deck I'm going to leave to you. Things like ramp, removal, card draw, and tutors, I want you to figure that out yourself based on your budget. You are playing Simic, you're playing blue, you're playing green. So ramp how you want to ramp as your budget allows. Draw how you want to draw as your budget allows. The two things that will be very potent in this deck specifically, if you are going to play Tatyova, would be playing additional lands on each of your turn, and blue tutors and green tutors for your finisher spells will be very potent. Specifically, blue tutors that look for instants and sorceries. Blue is your primary method of tutoring if you really want to do that. Drawing, like I said, play as your budget allows you. Draw cards how you can and within your budget. I'm not trying to build this deck for you. I just want to give you a skeleton. I want to give you an idea. I want to show you why it could work, and then I want to let you make it on your own. That is the fun of Magic, creating your own deck. I just want to give you some pieces for the puzzle. I don't want to put the whole puzzle together for you. So that's Simic Burn. It's not red, and it definitely doesn't win the way people expect. This isn't a finished deck list, it's a framework. Take these ideas, swap the cards, tune it for your playgroup, see what kind of nonsense you can get away with. If you build this and your playgroup hates it, please let me know. I know I want to try it at some point. This is the kind of Magic I like. These decks shouldn't work, but they absolutely do sometimes. If you have any crazy deck ideas you want me to make, let me know and I can try to brew with them. This has been Silver Fox MTG. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.